Japan, a country known for its culture, technology, and toilet seats? Well, more specifically, how they're powered. Look at the heated seat! You see, Japan has an interesting history when it comes to power. From the tragic meltdown of Fukushima to two completely incompatible power grids. And whilst I knew they used the American style plug, I was not expecting this.
29 volts, when it should be 100. They don't have earth.
So in this video, from ancient temples,
And apparently it's good luck if you like puff it in your face.
to amazing street food,
It's not chewy. No.
and whatever the hell this is, I'm going undercover to discover how Japan's electrical system really works,
But it looks nice. I mean, it's got the yellow. Someone's coming.
and what the hell they're actually doing with this earthing system.
It's a little outlet tag thing. So maybe you're wondering how I ended up in Japan, and actually I won it. I won a trip to Japan because I bought this Sony ZV-1 Mark II, and I entered the competition when they sent me an email, and I won. Me and 9 other people get to come to Japan, Tokyo, Kyoto, and cruise around and just look at stuff. It's going to be so much fun. But anyway, I digress. We got in pretty late last night, and I want to show you around the room from what I've just seen. It's some pretty cool stuff with the outlets, so let's check this out. Right. So if you remember, look at this, my Thailand video. Very similar outlet. And this is 100 volt, zero, absolutely zero earthing. I don't know how, here, I've got this hairdryer thing, with water. And actually, like, they're actually nicer than the Thailand ones. I think they follow the American standard. Maybe someone can show me in the comments, made in Thailand. We're going to bring this guy along. All right, we've got the Fluke 789, and we've got the Fluke VT08, which, by the way, check this out. I love this thing. It's so compact. Actually, shout out to Fluke for giving this. Look at the heated seat. Oh wait, that's through it too. That's through the top. Check that out. Now, I can tell you, last night when I jumped on the dunny, this was a lifesaver. We need to do more of this in Australia. This is sick. I absolutely love this. Anyway, I digress. This thing's a beast, by the way. Okay, we're going to go in here, and we're going to measure what they got. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter what side, I assume. What do we got? 104 volts. Nice. You know what is interesting though, if you watch my Thailand video, I cannot find the power box anywhere. Look at this massage chair. Sick. Oh, anyway, we're going out today. Let's do it. So, day one, and I'm in a dress. Well, traditional kimono, I suppose, but actually they've taken us to this market, and it's so clean. And then the cherry blossoms, just wow. Awesome. So this is inside the temple, so apparently you're throwing the money, and that's really for good luck. But you can also pray to the Buddha inside here, so that's what everyone's doing. They're just throwing the money in and then just praying.
I'll admit, I was getting distracted, and maybe it was the ice cream giveaways.
Ice cream's really nice.
Or random dance parties.
I have no idea whether this is traditional dancing or not, but they've invited virtually everyone.
But despite what you hear online, Japan's electrical system is not that bad.
Alright, so I've hit the jackpot, I suppose, as much as it can be. As you can see up here, you've got transformer, which goes and connects to a couple of cables through here. But really, I mean, nothing to write home about. It's actually pretty good considering there's a market over there and all the built up stuff around here.
Although there was one thing that I couldn't quite understand.
Absolutely zero earthing. Zero earthing. Zero earthing. Everywhere I go here, there is no earth pins on any of the outlets. And last night, I got to thinking, if there is an earth, it should be connected to neutral, right? So, check this out. So, here. This here is what I assume is neutral, because if we go to earth, at 2 volts, you would assume that, like same potential, okay? If we go here, active to earth, 29 volts, when it should be 100. What the hell? So, they don't have earth. I can't wrap my head around it. I need to get into a switchboard. This place is like locked down like Fort Knox. If you saw my last Thailand video, I've checked in the ceiling. There's nothing there. In fact, it's phenomenally clean. I'm hungry. So here's the plan. I think we're going to go to Kyoto next. And I'm hoping they're going to have some sort of switchboard I can open, because we're running out of time in Ginza. But these convenience stores, unbelievable.
But before leaving Tokyo, we had one last stop.
So here we are in Shibuya, baby. And apparently this is one of the most busiest spots in Tokyo. This is not the busiest time of night. Apparently there are other times where it's like crazy, but there's still a lot of people around here. Surprisingly, I've been searching for any electrical stuff. It's crazy. There's nothing here. I don't even know what to say. Okay, so we are in Kyoto, and this place is just a beautiful mix between the old and the new. These stunning, beautiful streets of old buildings, and they've got this really interesting transformers, these canister transformers everywhere. It's kind of really weird, but I'm hoping to find somewhere where I could find a switchboard and get inside. So let's see. Okay, so I finally found a switchboard in this random building. Oh my god, so you can check out here. It looks like we've got a 50 amp mains 3-phase switch here, which goes down to there. And then maybe get some hinges. Okay, so here we should be able to see if they've got it. It looks like they've got green earth in here somewhere. I mean, they've got green. I don't know if that's earth or not. Oh my god. But it looks nice. I mean, it's got the yellow. Packing up.
Even after finally inspecting a local switchboard, I still didn't think I was any closer to finding out what's going on with their earthing system. And as I roamed in a Nishiki market, it dawned on me that I was losing time. So I turned to the only source I knew that would give me the true answer: YouTube.
Japan is known for being safety folk. Japan was the first country. Japan has these all homes.
Now I get it. A huge thank you to Andrew Lamb for explaining that the Japanese actually have an earthing system called TET, which I remember learning in trade school and thinking, where would this actually be implemented? Because a lot of countries, including Australia, actually have an earthing system called TNCS, which essentially combines our neutral and earth within our switchboard. But in Japan, to counteract this, they actually have GFCIs in every main switch. The problem with that is that you still will get a shock because it's not earthed. Just a little one. He also goes into detail about how there are some appliances that will have an earth. For instance, toilet seats. Check this out. I didn't notice this before, but you can see this outlet actually has an earth. But that doesn't help when your pins don't have an earth. But look at this. It's a little outlet tag thing where you can put your earth.
And that's super important for appliances like toilet seats, because in the event of a fault, you don't want to be getting a shock. Although, you're probably in the right spot for it.
So Japan does have an earthing system, albeit quite a bit different from the rest of the world. But as my trip to Japan draws to a close, it's not the electrical system I'm going to remember. It's the most incredible experience I've ever had with 9 other random strangers, for which none of this would ever have been possible without the support from Sony and its incredible ambassadors. Oh, and if you're wondering, yeah, we did get to go to Sony, but this is the only photo I have of it because it was so top secret. Lucky for some, I guess. Spaghetti wiring is all throughout Southeast Asia.
Jackpot, baby.
33 kV, 33,000 volt. Yes, high voltage. High voltage.